Happy New Year and welcome back to another writing vlog. My name is Lindy Jung. If you're new here, I am a science fiction and fantasy writer pursuing traditional publishing, and this has just been a space for me to document my writing journey over the years, talk about writing, talk about books, and form a little bit of a community. So it's actually been a minute since I've sat down and filmed a vlog. Probably at least a couple months, a month or something. No, I did film one in December. It's been about a month, probably, somewhere along those lines. It's currently January 4th. One of my New Year's resolutions is actually to put out at least one vlog every month because honestly, these are probably my favorite videos to make, even though they're super time consuming and kind of a pain sometimes. I just love how they turn out. I really love putting my cinematic kind of adjacent flair on them if I can. So I'm going to do more vlogs, a vlog a month at least. So here is January's vlog. But one of the things that I want to do to kind of mix it up and keep my vlogs from feeling formulaic or forced is to have each one come with kind of a theme. And this month's theme is going to be balance. I've fallen into just a bunch of different bad habits, I think, in terms of my writing routine and my creative process. I feel like that's shown in my vlogs. Like in my last couple of vlogs, you may have noticed I didn't leave the house. I was pretty much locked in my one room trying to churn out as many words as possible, and after every one of those challenge style vlogs, I am inevitably really burnt out. And I always just keep pushing myself to do that regardless because, you know, I need to make content and people like a challenge style video. Apparently not. The last one flopped really bad. That's not anyone's fault. I just feel like something needs to change. And so my change has been focused on finding balance. And the way that this came about was that for the past 2 weeks or so, a little bit less, I've been on my very adult winter break from grad school and from school in general. I have until like mid-January still, so I have like a couple more weeks left in it. It has been such a long time since I've had like a proper break where I didn't push myself to meet any deadlines. I was writing here and there, but very much on my own schedule. I wasn't really filming anything. I spent a lot of time reading. I read like probably 4 or 5 books over the past couple weeks. I spent time with other people. I played a lot of video games. I did things that weren't actively work, weren't me pushing myself to hit certain goals with videos or writing or anything else. Schoolwork, my job took a break as well. It was like a true proper break. I don't even know how to describe it other than it was a true break. I've come back feeling refreshed and actually excited to pursue my creative endeavors. I think this is a sign from the universe that I need to get better about incorporating that rest time into my daily, weekly, monthly schedule. I think if I manage to do this in the way that I'm envisioning it, then I'll just be like better at creating stuff. The other aspect of that is I've been spending a lot of time in the place I live to the point where I'm getting a little bit afraid of going outside. I think I'm very bad in that if I'm going to leave the house, I need a social reason to do so, and that shouldn't be the case. I should be able to go out and not wait for someone to go try out different cafes or restaurants with me. Like, I want to be able to go out and do those things on my own, but it's something where I'm almost like afraid to do it. It's more of like a hesitance or reluctance, like a lack of energy. It's inertia. Like I can't get myself to do those things. So I figured a vlog is enough extrinsic motivation to get me to do those things on my own. It has been in the past. So for this week, I'm also going to be trying out a couple different cafes in my area pretty much every day that I'm not working. So like going to my part-time job, I'm going to check out a different cafe and write there for at least an hour, order something new and unique off the menu that I haven't tried before. I haven't had coffee in like a week and a half maybe, and I'm trying to keep it that way because I think my caffeine consumption was starting to create some like issues for me. But I love tea, and every place has at least one tea option. And the projects that I'm going to be working on, I am of course going to be working on Project Crips, which is my adult gothic, I almost said dark academia, which is my adult gothic fantasy set in a secondary world inspired loosely by Renaissance era Italy, and has to do with a death priestess infiltrating an aristocratic house of necromancers in order to get revenge. We're on draft 1 of that, about 20,000 words in still. I haven't made much movement on there, but I have edited chapters 1 and 2 and 3 a fair amount. So that's kind of agenda item number 1. Agenda item number 2 is actually starting a read-through of Project Moths, which is the dark academia adult fantasy set at a grad school for alchemists in Paris. I want to maybe get through part 1 this week because it has 5 parts. So yeah, I'll kind of be oscillating back and forth between those two. I'm also doing a lot of reading, and one of the books I've been reading is God Killer by, I think, Hannah Kane. I've been reading God Killer by Hannah Kaner, but I want to spend the first like hour or so here before I head out to the first cafe that we're going to be going to. And the reason I want to do that is because I have an item that I would like to test out. So the company Mechlands, my arm's big enough to do this, were kind enough to send me 2 mechanical keyboards. I wanted to announce that Mechlands and I are giving away one of these keyboards. I got my first mechanical keyboard last year and it has made writing so much more enjoyable. And I also get asked a lot about mechanical keyboards and where people can get them. So if you don't have one yet, or if you're looking to grow your collection, this is a great giveaway to enter. You do have to be 18 and up, based in the US or Canada, but I have a Google form link in the description box below, so go ahead and fill that out. I will select and contact one winner by February 28th, 2025. Thank you again to Mechlands for sending me these beautiful keyboards and for hosting the giveaway. Let's go ahead and open them. This is like it's a forbidden angle. This is the Vibe 75. I'm gonna open up the smaller one first. The reason it's smaller is because it's basically 75% of all the keys you can have on a keyboard. It's this nice like black and red, very Sith Lord. All right, so this is the Vibe 99, which is 99% of the keys you can have, and it comes with a numpad. So this is much bigger than the models I've been working with. An adorable, like absolutely adorable color scheme in my opinion. Very winter, which I love. I love the like difference between them, so my different moods I can kind of choose based on color. I love the full size spread of this one. Oh my gosh, maybe I will use the numpad. I love the sound. You'll hear it more in a second, but yeah, very, very excited about these. So it doesn't look horrifically cold outside. You can see it's like blue sky, you know, but it is. It's like under 20 degrees, and I went outside to pump gas. My hands are numb. Getting gas real quick, and then I'm going to just hop on over to the cafe that I'll be spending part of this morning in. It's like 11:30ish. Kind of got a late start to actually leaving the house. I typed a little bit at home, like a very sparse 200 words. I had a video come out today, which is also kind of why I'm distracting myself by going out, because I tend to get a little bit anxious and I start to like check a lot and check analytics and views and comments a lot. And I don't want to do that. I want to just focus my brain power on writing. And I took a peek at the cafe's menu, and there's a couple of teas that I'm really interested in trying. I want to get like a weird drink every day this week that I go to a cafe, like a specialty house kind of drink. Probably means I will be breaking my no coffee rule, but it's worth it, right? It's okay, because it's a fancy coffee that probably costs $10, and that makes it worth it, right? Sarcasm aside, I am very excited to try some of their menu options and show you guys a little bit of the cafe. Bye. So we've got this angle again. Aren't you guys excited? Isn't the production value of this video so high? It was a pretty good writing session. I was there for about probably an hour and a half, 2 hours almost. And then I stopped by a little bookstore in the area and I got North Woods by Daniel Mason. I have so many books to get through, but I have been reading a lot lately. Kind of like part of that finding balance has involved a lot of like reading and refilling my creative well at any opportunity. I want to rate my drinks. This is going to be the rate my drink section. The honey lavender matcha latte I got, it was a 7.5 out of 10. It was good. It was not amazing. It's an arbitrary rating. I had a really nice time at the cafe. We're gonna head out now. We're gonna drive home and I'm gonna set up my office a little bit and then I'm going to get to work. I'll actually probably read a little bit as well because I love reading. I've just really been loving reading lately. Okay, ciao. Okay, little afternoon update. It's already getting dark. It is already getting dark. I think I'm gonna be working with my $5.99 for today. The comments and stuff on my most recent video are looking good. I was really nervous about it because I think it's just so vulnerable to share your query letter, but I figured it would be like a useful resource for anyone who is looking to query or is at that stage, just because when I was querying for the first time and also this past time back in the summer, like the best way to learn is to look at other queries that have worked and have managed to land the author and agent. So I figured I'd just kind of add to that resource pool. And also it's like fun. I get to finally share a little bit more about the premise of mods and what's going on with that book. Okay, so for today in that writing session, I'm just gonna say word counts. So I wrote 931 words in that. I also did like a little sprint on Discord with a couple of other authortube folks. I'm bouncing all over this manuscript though. Like I have not been able to finish chapter 3, but I've added a ton of words. They're just in like random sections. I think right now my brain is scrambling trying to like figure out the trajectory of the story, even though I did outline it, so I don't know what's going on there. But I'm kind of writing the key scenes, so like the climax is a really big deal. I've written most of that at this point. So my vague goal for today is to refocus and work on chapter 3 of Crypts a little bit more. I would like to start reading mods. I'll update you guys once I've finished this second round. Hello. I'm trying to get the lighting to work with me here, but it's looking a little bit hostage interrogation room, maybe? So it's currently around 4:14. I'm going to be done for today. I feel very happy about my progress today. I went outside, I bought a book, I've accomplished things. I have put in 1,618 words into Project Crypts. I did not open up Project Mods today because I'm just not feeling it. Love the new keyboard, love it so much. It's a lot quieter than my previous one, which I didn't mind that it was clicky and loud. I know sometimes I would be on stream and I never mute myself unless I like really have to. So during like the quiet parts where you're doing sprints on stream, you'd hear like, but now it's more like, so I think this will be really nice to have on stream. Which I am doing a couple streams a month now, usually on other people's channels. I think I will try to do it so that I host one stream a month, but I do like streams as an incentive or an extrinsic motivator to, you know, keep working. So another New Year's resolution is to either host or be on someone else's stream once a month. I, put 1,600 words into Project Crypts, feeling very good about most of them. I feel like chapter 3 is slow, like it's really not much happens, so I'd like to have more stuff happen in that chapter, but I also feel like the pacing of the first 6 chapters is a lot slower than the rest of the book, so this is all stuff I'm going to have to think about and revisit. I feel like I can't make that call though until I finish drafting the rest of the book. I want to see where all of the major beats fall in terms of pacing and kind of adjust based off of that. That's kind of what I do, is I pick those major beats as anchor points and I kind of tinker with the pacing around those anchor points. Faster pacing is usually my issue as an underwriter, and usually that means I'm looking for places to slow things down, and that usually occurs in those smaller beats. But yeah, so the main beats are being sketched out basically, and that's most of what I've been doing today. It hasn't been a very intensive day of work. I still have a fair amount of energy. I think taking breaks to read and stuff, and also just like the stimulation of going to another place has been super helpful. But I think for today I am done. I do want to like shower and stuff and, you know, have like a little bit of decompression time because I'm back to work tomorrow for the first time in a while. But I plan to go to the bookstore again tomorrow, so I'll film a little bit of that. I forgot to film in the bookstore today entirely, mostly because like I feel weird filming in a smaller bookstore because like the employees can see me and stuff, and I always am like, oh, do they think that I'm up to no good? So yeah, that was Saturday, and I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Bye. Just finished up with my first student of the day. Now I have 4 hours to kill until my next one. I'm gonna run over to Half Price Books because it's about a mile from here, and then there's a cafe that I might check out. Apparently they have a ghost pepper latte, so if they have it, I'm probably gonna try it because I really like spicy things, just because I like to prove that I'm tough or whatever. So yeah, we're gonna have a nice little in-between long break, get some lunch. I'll show you guys a bit of the book shopping, book browsing. I have books to like sell. I've never done this before. I feel like they won't give me a lot, but I have like a couple of paperbacks and a hardcover that I'm just, you know, destashing, so I have space in my book collection, and hopefully I'll get a little store credit for that. Okay, so let's go ahead and head out. I have a lot of energy. I drank a coffee because there was no tea at work, so my energy is very, but hopefully once I get some food in me, I calm down. All right, bye. So I just got back from the bookstore. I got this random, I think, promotional copy of An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir, just because I haven't read it in a while, and I was like looking at her Skillshare class a little while ago, and I just kind of want to read it again. And then I got An Academy for Liars by Alexis Henderson. This is a dark academia. It has a moth on the cover, so obviously it appealed to me directly. That was it, and I got a nice little teacher discount, sold some books, and now we're gonna head over to the Asian market and see what that's about. I'm actually going to edit a video that I should have edited a long time ago, which is my 2024 wrap up and goals. And then if I have time or if I get bored with it, I'm going to work on crypts a bit more. I haven't written at all today. I tried to go to a cafe to work, and then they were functionally closed with only the drive-thru open, so I didn't end up working there. I just had like my really nice lunch, and I just have, yeah, this video to edit. On these days where I work, we kind of just have to play it by ear. And I realized I haven't really talked about what I'm actually working on in crypts that much. I'm still in Act 1 technically, but as I mentioned, I've been jumping around a lot. I'm just trying so hard to lock in, but I feel like I'm at this point of the year where so many things are pulling at my attention. Yeah, today's been a whole lot of not writing. What's going on? What is going on in the world? It's currently Monday, January 6th, so the official start to the week, unfortunately. It's snowing just the tiniest bit outside, which I'm so excited for. Everywhere else got like bucket loads of snow, and we are just getting a little sprinkling, but I still love snow, and I haven't gotten jaded on it yet, although driving in it is not my favorite thing in the world. So I am so tired, but I am still going to go out to like the closest cafe to me. I'm not 100% sure if it has indoor seating, but I can't head out yet because I forgot to charge my laptop overnight, so I'm gonna be stuck here anyway. I'm going to read a little bit and then head out. Probably be there for like an hour or so, maybe less. I really just want like a chai latte. They don't have anything particularly fancy on their menu for me to try, but I love a good chai latte. I think I will be prioritizing Project Crips. Actually, I should sign up for my spring classes first, so I'm going to do that super quick here, and then we'll just roll right into the rest of the day. Bye. Just got back from the cafe. I had this chocolate strawberry covered latte. This was like a solid 8. It's almost like a LaCroix, where the strawberry is more of a whiff. I actually did end up going with my partner. We just like shared a little light breakfast, and I didn't get that much work done in terms of writing, but I did get an email. By the time this video comes out, this will be public knowledge, so I'm just gonna share it now, even though it's technically the 6th. In like March of last year, I got a text message from a friend. It was like, hey, there's this basically climate fiction contest going on hosted by this online publication called Grist. They're basically a climate news site, but they also host this contest called Imagine 2200 for climate fiction. And then I ended up handwriting a Cli-Fi piece, and I was one of the 9 finalists. There are 3 winners, 9 finalists, and I found out that my piece would be part of that lineup. And so on January 8th, that piece is going to officially come out. And the cool and really exciting thing, this is a milestone for me because I haven't had this experience before, is that every piece, including the finalists, not just the winners, gets artwork, custom art of the piece. It was a surprise to me. I didn't communicate with the artist. I'm assuming basically they got brief notes or read the piece and drew something for it. And the art for the piece that I submitted, which is called We Cast Our Eyes to the Unknowable Now, so beautiful. I just saw like a brief preview in one of the like press kit images, and it was so gorgeous and I just love it so much, and it's so exciting for me to have like a piece that is an illustration drawn directly from the story. Someone's a needy girl, so we gotta bring her into the shot. We cast our eyes to the Unknowable Now is basically set in a near future version of Los Angeles, Koreatown, where there are these deep fissures in the earth because of a series of earthquakes that really messed up the city or the area. And it's about a young woman who goes searching for her younger sister who goes missing in the fissures with the help of her sister's teacher. It's pretty light. It's very much focused on people and communities and the role of these like smaller units of, I guess, society in the ongoing fight against climate change. And yeah, I'm really proud of the piece. I'm super excited for y'all to read it. There will be a link in the description box below as well in my usual spot. So that's basically what I was dealing with this morning, like what, you know, I'm going to be posting on social media on Wednesday to promote the piece. We were told to keep it a secret and only tell people like close to us, so I didn't really mention anything in any of my videos up until this point. I'm mostly just excited to read all the different pieces and see the beautiful art and like look at everything that we worked so hard on. That is kind of how I spent my morning. That and like school logistics stuff, which is my least favorite thing to do. Dealing with university bureaucracy angers me so much. And now I'm going to go ahead and dip into reading Project Moths, maybe working on Project Crips a little bit. So I will go ahead and start that and update you guys in a little bit. Good morning. It is Tuesday, January 7th, and welcome back to another day in which I am not going to leave my house. Originally, I was going to go to a cafe today and just like spend time there, but I'm just not really feeling it. I think I will be more productive today if I stay at home and just try to get stuff done. Also, I'm gonna put on earrings because they're fun. I love my Firefly earrings that I got for my birthday from my dear friend JD, and I want to wear them. And that's all the reason you need, really, to do things. I know my updates over the past 2-ish days have been a little sparse, but I have been able to like seek out that balance that I've been prioritizing this week. Just like little things here and there. A lot of balance is also allowing myself to spend my free time on other things and not feeling guilty about it. I've been reading more and more. I'm still reading The Overstory by Richard Powers, and I'm also still reading God Killer by Hannah Kaner, but I'm actually reading a bit of both of those books every day. I've been spending more time on meal preparation, like spending more time actually cooking the dishes that I'm eating for my meals. Or sharing with my partner. Even with all of this, I can't quite focus on work as much as I would like to. And so I think I'm really going to, for the rest of today, sit down, run some sprints on Discord, just keep going. And then tomorrow is release day for We Cast Our Eyes to the Unknowable Now, and I'll be sharing a little bit of what that is gonna look like publication day. I'm kind of nervous, but it's really exciting. But that's for tomorrow. Today we're just going to sit down and focus and work, and I'm actually going to dive right into that. No excuses, no dilly-dallying. I am about to start a writing session. Hi. A little bit of a zany angle, and I'm not using my microphone, so the audio is probably going to be weird. I took a nap. Just kind of fell asleep over there on that bed while reading. And to wake myself up, because it is only like 1:51, I made myself some green tea. I have my last little like matcha square from Bird and Branch in New York that my friend sent me as a little gift over the holidays. Shout out to Eunice. And I also, so many exciting things happening. Got a book outlet shipment. I don't really buy a lot of new books unless I'm specifically going to like a brick and mortar indie bookstore, and then usually I will pick something up that I've been meaning to read just because I like to support local bookstores and things like that. But I have been on a very big reading kick these past couple weeks of break, and reading a variety of things as well. So not just my usual like fantasy. I've been reading literary and nonfiction and just having a really good time with reading. Okay, so let me show you guys what I picked up from Book Outlet. So first book, God, she's absolutely enormous. The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I've heard wonderful things about this. I read The Bone Season like probably close to a decade ago when I was a teenager, but I've been craving high fantasy, epic fantasy. I'm very excited to dive into like a world. And then we have Ink Blood Sisters Scribe by Emma Tors. All I know about this is it involves like a magic library and contentious sibling relationships perhaps. And then I have a copy of These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong, which was a big hit. It was her debut. And this is a Romeo and Juliet retelling in Shanghai in the 1920s. Next, I've got Bliss Montage by Ling Ma. This is like one of those literary novels that is a bunch of intersecting stories or characters' lives, and that has been so my jam right now. Deathless by Catherine M. Valentine. I picked this one up on a whim. I've heard good things about it. Like, people have told me that I would like this. That was a while ago when my tastes were a little bit different, so I'd be interested to see if that holds up. And I don't know when I'll get to this, but it's good to have it. Fruit of the Dead by Rachel Leon. This is sort of a modern literary take on Hades, Persephone, Demeter, that whole tangle. Then I have The Apology by Jimin Han. This one's a bit of like magical realism, multi-generational Korean family story. And then I have The Stardust Grail by Yume Kitase. Science fiction, beautiful cover. Veronica Roth is on here saying that it's an Indiana Jones style outer space heist adventure. I don't research books before I buy them. A lot of the time I just kind of go, okay, that sounds fun. The last book is Annie Bot by Sierra Greer, and I've heard such good things about this one. I could not tell you what it is about. But again, I like to not know things. And so, with that, let's try this. I see all the cool like book people doing this. My one time per year haul of book outlet books that I am very excited to get into. Now that we've had that little break and nap and book unboxing interlude, I'm going to continue drinking my tea, eat my matcha square, and try to keep writing. Let's see if I can stay focused. I think I'm gonna be done for today. No, I know I'm gonna be done for today. I just read through the first 3 chapters of Moths. I haven't looked at this project in a while, so it's always weird to go back and be like, I mean, it's a good thing that I've grown as a writer, I guess, and like can spot these issues that I didn't necessarily see before, but it's also kind of disheartening to be like, I thought this was good before, or like at least better than this. That's dramatic. It's not bad. I mean, at least I don't think so. I'm still proud of it. I think just noticing like little things. For example, there was like a typo on page 4 or 5 or something like that, and I was like, how could I let that typo slide? I'm usually really fastidious with my copy editing. Yeah, little things like that were just kind of getting under my skin. Oh my gosh, I'm a sweetheart who wants to be let inside. I think overall, like, the elements that I really love about the story, I still love. Then after that, I pivoted and I actually went back and started reading through the first chapter of Project Crips. In these early stages of drafting, I reread and I rewrite and I double back and like look at my work a lot. I love this book so far, but I am having a hard time breaking past like chapter 2, chapter 3, past the setup chapters. I think I'm going to be done for now. I'm just going to pop over to the shop and like pick up some things to make dinner. Make dinner really quick because my partner's about to come home from work. And tonight I wanted to do some sprints and maybe like a little call with some other authortube folks, so I might share bits of that. Tomorrow I am promising myself, I wrote it down on a post-it note. Technically this was going to be the itinerary for today, but I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to that coffee shop that's a little bit more of a drive, and this is not in order. I'm also going to read for at least an hour straight and then just do like deep focus writing. And I have to wake up earlier tomorrow than I have been waking up. Once school starts again, I'm going to be on that like 9 to 5 grind with extra because I have to wake up earlier to drive. Peace out. I'm gonna go grab some groceries. Good morning. It is Wednesday, January 8th. It is also publishing day for We Cast Our Eyes to the Unknowable Now, which is the Cli-Fi short story I've been talking about. It is officially live, free to read on Grist, and I'm going to do some things real quickly to like announce that story's out. It is my 3rd short story publication, and I'm really proud of the piece. It's kind of an odd one because I haven't really written a ton of climate fiction before, like not seriously anyway, but it's been drawing my interest more and more lately. So that's out and I just have to announce it and like make a graphic. I think they sent me a media kit or like a press kit basically that has graphics that I could use, but I want to make something a little bit more personal as well and like kind of throw that down as like one big post. There's 11 other fabulous stories as well that I want to read through. Not fully all in one sitting right now, but I want to like pick at them bit by bit and enjoy them over the next little while. I'm going to, after I take care of the stuff for We Cast Our Eyes, go out to the cafe that's about a 15-minute drive away that I've been wanting to go to and just didn't have the energy to go to yesterday, frankly. I have the energy now. I'm gonna get a nice fancy specialty drink there and write with my laptop for, I don't know, a while. The issue that I've been running into these past couple days and the reason that I have been really struggling to sit down and focus is that I have two kind of big separate projects that I need to be doing different things for. So with Moths, I'm doing that read through, and with Crypts, I'm drafting. Both of them are kind of pressing in like different ways, and when there's two different things demanding my attention in that way, I don't know if it's like an ADHD thing, I freeze, my executive dysfunction kicks in, I cannot get either of them done. So I think I need to choose, and I think it's going to be my Mods read through because that's just so much more doable in a short amount of time, and I like to get the shorter, less time consuming task done first. I'm probably not going to get a lot of words in the next couple days, but it is fun to revisit the story, and now that I've kind of taken the pressure off myself, if I have a breather in between like reading chapters of this book, if I feel drawn back into drafting Project Crypts, then I can always do that on kind of like a less pressurized situation. But for now, we're going to focus on the immediate task, which is just looking at We Cast Our Eyes, and I am so excited to look at this, look at the story on the website and talk about it and share it, because I've been holding this secret, I want to say since like September or October, like fall 2024, and I had submitted it in like March of 2024. So it's been almost a year since I worked on this story, and now it's finally wide, and I don't know, it's always such a special feeling. Let's look at it. Imagine 2200 Climate Fiction for Future Ancestors collection. And this has been going on for 4 years. They run the contest every year. It's open submission, free submission. And this is all about like climate solutions. So that is kind of what my story was about. A little bit more subtle for mine, I think. It wasn't like a here's what we do to fix climate change or fix this issue caused by climate change, but it was kind of like finding that power and that solace and that solidarity as well in community and the people around you. So many wonderful pieces here. I can already tell that I'm going to love a lot of these. And that's my name. Deep in the fissures that plague Koreatown, Christina's search for her sister reveals something new. So the illustrator is Stefan Gross Halbior. Wow, yeah, he did an amazing job. I don't know, I doubt that he would ever see this, but thank you so much for these illustrations. I noticed this in last year's collection. I got really excited and I was very hopeful that they would do this for us as well. And they have these like paragraph or scene break illustrations are custom. This is custom to the story. This one is a bunch of like Korean kind of cultural vegetables that are really prominent in our cuisine. I always write a lot of food into my stories. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely beautiful. This is amazing. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, so that's up. I'm gonna make an Instagram post about it now because I can't keep this to myself. If you want to check it out, and if you do end up reading it, no pressure at all. It's, you know, I'm not gonna force you guys to read anything I write, but let me know in the comments below. I always like to hear from you guys if you do end up checking it out. And also, if you read mine, please read at least like a couple other stories from the other writers as well. That's what I'm going to be spending a fair amount of time doing today. I mean, I feel so lucky to have been selected out of the pool of writers who submitted. I feel so lucky to be sharing a story that has like, oh, like Tira. Hold on. Yeah, it feels good to be sharing a story that also like is a lot of me and my values, and you know, climate change and climate activism are really important to me, and this has also a lot to do with like education, climate ed, which is my whole deal. So it feels really nice to share something. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna make an Instagram post. I guess I'll show you guys that because it is a part of being a writer, at least for me, and it's something that I like don't hate these things when I'm doing them, when I'm making social media posts, when I'm making videos, and I do enjoy video making. It is a creative outlet for me, more so than like an Instagram post, you know? It's all stuff that isn't writing, and I understand why so many writers are like, I hate these things that I feel pressured to do that don't actually contribute to my pool of work, that aren't actually productive creative writing, and I get that, but I feel like either I've gotten used to it or desensitized to it, or I've just always kind of enjoyed the community aspects of it and like sharing bits of myself as an artist. That's probably why I was drawn to YouTube. So yeah, it's not something that I mind. I try not to spend too much time on it, although with my expanding role as a YouTuber, that's kind of a moot point. So I'll do that real quick and then I'll get back to y'all. Bye. Instagram post is up. I spent probably a good 20 minutes on Canva making a silly little graphic because I like a silly little graphic. I just have like one more email to respond to and then I can go to the cafe and get some work done. I'm so excited. I feel like I've been doing that a lot this vlog, like mid-sentence, I'll start doing something else, forgetting that I'm talking to the camera, or like literally just now, what? This has become like the habits of my life. I just multitask every second of every day. But okay, so now that's live and people can read it if they want to, which is so exciting. And also nerve-wracking. It's always nerve-wracking to publish new work. I'm doing a stream, so this will be really fun. I'm gonna do email first, then that, then laundry, then just get out here. Cool. Bye. There's a water bottle that I left in here. Frozen frickin' solid. Holy crap, that's ice. Just from being in my car in the garage. That's how cold it is here. We're heading back. Yeah, that was about an hour. It's so funny. My little winter bundle. My Grinch latte, which was like matcha, white chocolate, peppermint. That was slightly less my style. That was on me for ordering it because I probably should have known that like matcha and mint would not be my favorite combination. I got through chapter 4 and I was like, oh, I don't really love chapter 4, but then the end of chapter 4 hits and it's like, I don't know, I really like it. And then chapter 5 is probably one of my favorites. I think any scene that is very primal and very much like rooted in emotions, especially panic and terror, like those very raw moments are really easy for me to write, and I feel like I do them in a way that I personally really enjoy and I hope other people enjoy as well. So I'm gonna go home and finish reading that part, and that'll be wrapping up like reading part 1. I'll probably dive into part 2 as well today, but I do want to write. I'm in the mood to write now that I've like read through parts of my writing that I actually like, and I'm like, oh, I can do that. I'm capable of writing well. So let's see if I can do it again with Crips. That's my update. Pretty good cafe. Like it's a little bit of a drive for me, but I definitely come back here. Let's go. I can go first if that's okay. Hi, I'm Lindy Jung. I'm writing science fiction and fantasy all the time. I have a YouTube channel under the name Lindy Jung, and I'm super excited to be here. Just finished streaming with Brielle and Cody and Natalie, and that was so much fun. I was working on Crips like pretty much the whole time, barring, you know, some little distracted breaks here and there, and I got 800 words in. I'm actually gonna write a little bit more right now, and then I'm going to probably then I'm probably gonna be done for the night. Yeah, it's been a really like cool long day. I can't believe the start of today was my short story coming out. I've gotten actually so many good like messages from people, my friends and stuff, who have checked it out and read it for the first time and just like were saying really nice things about it, and I don't know, I'm just really happy. It's been a good release. But otherwise, I'm gonna catch up with you guys tomorrow or maybe Friday. My schedule is a mess. My schedule is such a mess. We're making it work. Bye. Farewell. I will catch up with you guys whenever I'm free again and writing. Bye. Hi, so it is Friday, January 10th. It's about 1 o'clock. I know. Late start to the day. I'm not super happy about that. My library hold on Libby for The Dark We Know by Wenyi Lee just came through, so I've been kind of reading through that as well. I also just got approved for a NetGalley arc of Black Salt Queen by Samantha Bunsil, and that's coming out through Bindery Books, which I've been really interested in everything they've been putting out, especially because Cam Fajardo, one of my friends, is getting Local Heavens, a Great Gatsby cyberpunk retelling, out through them in fall of this year, actually. Wow, that went by quick. So yeah, I've been like slowly picking at their discography, filmography, at the books they've been putting out, and I'm really looking forward to this one. But for today, for the actual work, which I'm about to get into in a minute, I am still working on my mods read through. So I really want to get through all of part 2 today, so that'll put me close to the halfway point. If I can get through part 3 as well with my notes, I'll be really, really happy. And I'm going to be parked here for the rest of the day just because I'm feeling a little weird. Today's not going to be much of a vlogging day. I honestly don't really feel like it because I'm not going to be doing much. But tomorrow I am going to be running a writing stream and some sprints with Alyssa and Ari, who are lovely. I'll put the links to their channels below. They're both authortubers. So that'll be hopefully a little bit more of like a productive, actually getting writing done day. So in preparation for that, I would like to get through a fair chunk of mods today. So we're gonna put the headphones in, sensory deprivation, reading music, and read. Good morning, it is Saturday, January 11th, so it is officially the last day I will be filming this vlog. I have a big day planned, kind of, in terms of writing. In terms of everything else, not so much. It's definitely going to be kind of a lazy, sort of stay-at-home, sort of run errands Saturday. We have to take the trash out to the dump because we live rural in about like half an hour here probably. But I wanted to give you guys a quick little update on how things went yesterday, how this vlog is going to conclude with today, what I'm going to be up to. So yesterday, I felt very productive. I got through all of part 2 of mods and I dove a little bit into part 3, so I'm going to be continuing that section of the read through today. Technically, I'm supposed to be doing like a book club reading of mods with some of my like friends who are not writers who are reading it for the first time. We're all busy and things are kind of getting back into the swing of things with the new year. So I think it's like me and one other person who have been able to keep up with the read through. Looking at my notes and looking at how I feel about this book, it's, you know, it's a mixed bag. I think as a writer, it's very difficult to look at your work objectively in the sense that you're either a little bit too nice to your work, a little bit too fawning, or a little bit too critical. As I'm reading, all I'm going to pick out are the flaws because that's what I'm looking for. So it kind of makes it difficult to appreciate the book as a whole. That's not to say that I'm not still proud of the book. It took me a really long time to get to this point where I was able to write a story like this. I'm very proud that I was able to explore a lot of the darker themes in the way that I do. I'm gonna try to get through as much of part 3 today as possible, but mods is actually not going to be my main focus for today, which is difficult. Like that switch up again is really tripping me up. I'm not the best at multitasking on books, just because I feel like I'm in such a different headspace for mods versus Crips, because they're at different stages, but also because they're such different books. Mods is much more grounded. Even though it's a fantasy, it pertains to real life a lot more. It's a lot heavier in those ways. Crips, there's big problems and lots of stuff going on, lots of conflict and issues and things, but they feel less heady, less real because it's in the secondary world. In that way, Crips is a little bit more escapism. It's also more gothic, almost romantic in a way, and Moths is a lot less of that. It does have gothic undertones, I think, but Crips is actually trying to be gothic on purpose, so they're similar, they're cousins, but they're different. It is a challenge to switch from one to the other in the same day, but I'm going to try regardless, because after I read through part 3 of Mods, hopefully the timing will work out, because I have a stream at 2 with Alyssa and Ari, so I will actually be trying to like do writing sprints and write into Crips. But even as I say this, the other issue that's arisen is that I'm thinking about the next book a lot. Originally started out as literary fabulism, has since transitioned into more of like a traditionally contemporary fantasy, but still very literary leaning, very folkloric book set in a small town with problems. The things that I'm experiencing and observing in the world around me, in my environment, are directly feeding into the sort of back of the mind brainstorming that's going on for this mystery book. I'm not like consciously planning or anything, but I will get the occasional flash of inspiration. It's so fun and interesting sometimes being a writer with ADHD. My brain is just in literally a million directions at once. That's what's going on today, not the brainstorming part, just the read through part 3 of Moths, and then do the stream, which I'm really excited for, and I'll show you guys a bit of. I did not set out intending to participate in 2 streams this week, but I like it. It's kind of a return to form. I really miss streaming. I think I'm going to aspire to do like 1 stream a month moving forward. It kind of really depends on my schedule though, because my class schedule is just about to become such a nightmare. So that's what we're gonna do. I'll catch you guys up when it is time to stream. Bye! Hey Alyssa. Setting up a stream is always like, okay, I have to make sure that like the camera's right and the microphone is good and like everything. I have the timer here. So I literally just like a couple seconds ago, finished up my stream with Ari and Alyssa, and it went really well. I got 1,000 words out in those handful of sprints. If you missed it, check out the replay. There's always like stream replays in my live section. You should still be able to follow along and get some words in and see what questions we answered. But yeah, it was really lovely. Ari and Alyssa are amazing. Brielle, Cody, and Natalie are amazing as well. Those are the people I sprinted with the other day, so I'll leave links to all their channels below. I feel so fortunate that like the timing of this matched up with those sprints, or those streams that I was doing, because it's always fun to be like double productive. I'm already a little bit extra productive when I'm vlogging, so it doubles, right? When you sprint, that's how math works. I kind of like forgot how much I just enjoy streaming. But in any case, I was able to put 1,000-ish words into Project Crips. I'm kind of like muddling around in Act 2. I'm going to have to like go back and restructure. I was talking about this in the stream in like very vague terms, but I want to tweak Alessia's motivation just the tiniest bit to kind of make my setup make more sense. So I'm going to do that, and that will probably involve a little bit of rewriting, a little bit of rearranging of the chapters I already have, but hopefully it won't be too extensive, because it's really just a tweak. It's nothing too intense. But I think some of the scenes, chapter 2 will have to be tweaked, and chapter 3 might have to be kind of rewritten. It's all for the betterment of the book. Like, this is a beneficial change, and not just a change I'm making for the sake of change. And the way I differentiate that is usually just by like sitting on the thought for a while, looking at it from different angles, trying to consider what changes I would actually physically, practically have to make in order for this change to take hold. So Crips is going pretty well. I'm feeling more on my feet, like I have more of a direction now with that change as well. So there's going to be more conflict in the opening chapters, or more like immediate conflict. There's a little bit more of like an immediate thing to be dealt with. And I am still somewhere in the midst of part 3 for my mods read through. I was actually like looking back and editing this video, like the opening part of this video from last week, and I said in the intro that I only wanted to get through like part 1. So, you know, I'm through part 1 and 2. I'm getting through part 3. I feel pretty good about that progress. And with that, we are concluding this video. Thank you so much for following along on this one. I know it was kind of long-winded and kind of going into multiple directions because I was working on multiple things at once, but I just wanted to film in this last week before break and get some writing done and push myself that little bit extra. I loved checking out the cafes. I can't wait to go back to the 2 that I really liked. And I was so excited to be able to show you guys that publication day as well. So thank you again for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you're interested in seeing more of my writing journey. And don't forget, if you're interested in winning a keyboard like this one from Mechlands, the Google form link is in the description box, and I will be contacting a winner on February 28th. So check all that stuff out, and I'll see you guys next time.